Yo, 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 it's your boy DKB back with another episode of the Midnight Truth. Here to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Today, people, today we are going to do a couple different things. First half of this, I'm going to do my usual content. I'm going to give you a topic. I'm going to do the word of the day, the question of the day, and then I'm gonna do the birthdays that you shared today with. My topic today, my topic today is biggest regrets. That's in my life. Biggest regrets in my life. The other half of this is I'm gonna make a little live beat for you guys. I'm not gonna do it right here, right now, but I am gonna do a live beat for you guys. Um, let's start with birthdays. Let's start with birthdays. February 18th. If you share a birthday with a celebrity, I'm about to give you the birthdays that you share with. Give me 1 second to look them up here. I know for a fact today is Dr. Dre's birthday. So if you have a birthday on February 18th, you share a birthday with Dr. Dre. Let's look up some other people. The famous K-pop star that has a song with J. Cole, J. Hope. He has a birthday today. John Travolta turned 70. He has a birthday today. You share a birthday with John Travolta. You also share a birthday with actor Matt Dillon. Let me see. Famous Arthur, Toni Morrison, you share a birthday with. Joel Santana, you share a birthday with. Those are the big notable ones that I see. So you have a birthday today on February 18th, then these are the birthdays that you share with. Now I'm looking up here the word of the day. And the word of the day is fathom. To fathom something is to understand the reason for its existence or occurrence. And a new definition, fathom comes from the Old English word fathom, meaning outstretched arms. The noun fathom, which now commonly refers to a measure of 6 feet, was originally used for the distance fingertip to fingertip created by stretching one arm from the sides of the body. So, fathom is now known as a form of measurement. A big form of measurement, and I didn't even know that. That was very, very, very interesting to me. Um, question of the day. To get all of this out the way, question of the day. Who are your three biggest mentors, and what do you learn from each one? Ah, okay, that's a good question. That's a great question. Um, my three biggest mentors, three biggest influence. Number one, first and foremost, is probably T.I. Harris. Reason being, reason being is, uh, he, he's from the South. B, he's real. Remember, I said I follow anything real. Okay, and for those of you that says he snitched, that was not a snitch. So I don't understand why people are saying that Ti snitch or is a snitch, because he never snitched. I watched the court case. Just because he was involved doesn't mean he snitched on somebody. Like I don't understand that. Number two influence would probably be my pops. Even though we don't have a close relationship, my pops, I probably learned like 90% of my mannerisms or like the way I am from my pops, to be honest. Like 10% from my mom, 90% from my dad. He's probably my biggest, whether he knows it or not, he probably is my biggest influence. And number three, Number three of my biggest influences or biggest mentors. Shout out to Laura Lee. Um, and her husband, Tyler. Shout out to Laura Lee and her husband Tyler. Because if it wasn't for you, I would not I would not be going to college. That's number one. Yes, I had Miss Baker. Shout out to Miss Baker. But she didn't push me like Laura Lee pushed me, and didn't have the support of her husband like her husband supported me, and her. But no, she's my biggest influence or mentor because she was the reason I went to college. Like she made wanting to go to college fun. Really made wanting to go to college fun. From everywhere, from the research to finding out about college to going to different colleges to scholarships to information, all that I learned from her. Um, yeah, so you probably sparked me to go to actually get up and off my ass and go to college. So thank you, Laura Lee. Thank you, Tyler, for supporting me. Both of y'all. Um, wasn't gonna say one without the other, cause both of y'all equally like is very important to me. Um, but those are my three biggest mentors and why.
Oh my god.
Now, current events. Current events. I don't know if you guys again keep up with wrestling, but I do. And if you've been keeping up, The Rock has came back, but he is heel, and I'm liking it. I'm liking that The Rock is heel. I really am. I'm really liking the fact that The Rock has gone back to his original spot, a bad guy. In the 500, it's probably 5,000 now, but $500 shirt with the heel promos, legendary people, legendary stuff. Um, I honestly think he's gonna turn on Roman Reigns though. I don't know, but I think he's gonna turn on Roman Reigns to get Cody the title because that handshake between him and Cody didn't happen for nothing. They didn't show that on TV for nothing. They didn't. So something's gonna happen, and I'm interested. I'm all there for it. Alexander Volkanovski lost his title, which I am very, 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 very surprised about. I had no earthly idea that my man's Alexander Volkanovski lost his title. Until this morning, I woke up and saw that he got knocked out. Honestly, I just think the old ages, the dominant figures, because the sport is changing. The dominant figures of MMA are moving out, and it's just gonna interchange from here on out, I believe, because the talent is getting better and better and better every year, every second, every day, every month. So I just like Izzy failed to Sean Strickland. I believe it's just new people time, man. Although I just heard today my boy Jamal Hill is facing Alex Pereira, and I'm kind of partial with that because I like them both. I didn't like Alex Pereira when he was facing Izzy because Izzy's my guy, my boy. But I have respect for Alex, and I like Alex. He's cool. Like as a fighter, he's cool. I don't know him as a person, but he looks cool as a person too. But I'm really rooting for Jamal to get his title back. I hope he gets his title back. I do not want him to lose, especially after having an Achilles injury. I really hope he gets his title back from Alex. Alex is going to be a hard mountain to climb, but I'm also glad to see that my boy Dustin Poirier is coming back. The guy he's facing, I don't think he should face that type of guy, but hey, he's making money. I'm not knocking that. Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs. I'm gonna say congratulations. I'm not gonna hate. I already knew they were gonna win. Shout out to Miracle Mahomes. I still hate that you beat my Eagles last year, but uh, kudos to you, man. You are the new Tom Brady. You are the new Tom Brady, whether people like it or not. Now moving on to the topic. My biggest regrets in life. Now I know a lot of people have regrets in life. A lot of people share them. A lot of people don't share them. Well, I'm gonna share my biggest regrets. My biggest regret number one, that I can kind of go in depth with, is really not experiencing college like I wanted to. Now I've said this in one of my episodes prior to this about me and my parents' relationship and how our dynamic is and why it is the way it is. I unfortunately did not experience college the way I wanted to. I didn't party like I wanted to, like you're supposed to in college. I didn't experience the college life like people experience. I was all about work, no play. I mean, I played a little bit, but I was really all about work, no play. Work, no play. And that was partially my parents' fault. Now, mind you, they didn't put a gun to my head. They didn't forcefully not make me do anything, but because of what was embedded in me, as I've stated before, work, and no play was all I really knew, because I was too focused on satisfying them, and that was the wrong way to live. I see that now. I really wished I would have lived differently, because I don't think I would be here in this spot if my mindset was different. I mean, again, there's a reason for it, but at the same time, I don't think I should be where I'm at right now, because I didn't live through my brain when I was in college. I lived through my parents' brain, so to speak. At least I thought. So that's regret number one. Regret number two. I really don't state this out loud. I really haven't stated this out loud. But at this point, the way the relationship is, the way that I get treated by this person, the way that the dynamic between me and this person is and happen to be, I really don't give a damn at this point. To share with the world one of my biggest regrets. I really, and again, I'm not gonna give this person fame, but there's a person in my life I wish I never would have ever met, never would have ever went through a relationship with them, went through, fallen in love with them, went through doing everything I could for that person, and getting slapped in my face, literally, and spat in my face, literally. That one person that I wish I never met. I know I met them for a reason, obviously, and there's a big reason I met them, because I wouldn't have what I have today. And again, I'm not gonna give this person fame, but that's probably one of the darkest spots in my life. be honest, it's probably one of the darkest times of my life. Meeting that person, being around that person, losing myself with that person, not falling under their control, but losing myself to the point to where I'm not myself. I was a total different person. I didn't feel like me in the relationship. It was just, it wasn't all bad. Don't get me wrong. I thought this person was the coolest person in the world at first, but everything changed at a point, and I took until I couldn't take no more. And again, I got my own faults in the situation as well, but none of those faults compared to what that person did to me, and I stand on that. Whether that person sees this or not, know that I doubt that things between me and that person will ever be good again. I doubt that we'll ever be acquaintances, friends, best friends. Never will be in a relationship ever again. But that you're just a human that exists in this world to me. You're almost a stranger to me, and like almost. That's just the God honest truth of how I feel. And my third regret is not knowing what I know now, and I know I can't control that. I have no control over that, but I wish I knew back then what I know now and how I feel now, because I'm more at peace than I've ever been in my life right now. And that comes over years of trying to love myself, loving myself, controlling my anger, which this is probably the best I've ever controlled it, because I have anger issues. But on top of that, like, this is the greatest I've ever felt. I don't stress anymore like I used to. I don't. Yes, my ADHD and anxiety flares up, but not like in a stressing way, where I have to stress about something, where it makes me feel sad, where it makes me feel down. So that's probably my third regret, not knowing what I know now, and not taking a chance of knowing what I know now. Because a lot of times back then I didn't take a chance. I didn't give a fuck about anything, and that comes with a lot of the pressures that I dealt with from my parents, that dealt with me being a rebel, that dealt with a lot of things that I can go into, but I'm not going to do that right now. Right now, I'm going to switch gears, people. I'm going to switch gears, and I'm going to talk through this, but we're going to make a live beat here, right here live. And I don't know how it's going to sound, because this microphone right here is going to pick up the sound from this computer right here. So I don't know how it's going to sound out there to you guys, but we're going to do this anyway. I'm just going to say fuck it. All right. Now, before I get into this, I want to describe my sound. Now, for years and years and years, since I've been doing music, not beat making, but I've been doing music for since I was 16, so about 15, 16 years. And I've been looking for my sound. I went from rapping on YouTube beats to making my own beats and rapping to them, to making samples and rapping to them, to being a whole music producer. Okay. So I think I finally found my sound. I have not found my audience, but I've definitely found my sound, and it's old school. Like it's old timer. Not the feel. You know that I'm talking about where my music comes from. My sound comes from. My sound is very I get a lot of my samples from old school people like Anita Baker and Aretha Franklin and Frankie Beverly and Mays, Minnie Riperton, and I can go on and on. Al Green, Otis Redding. I can keep going. I'm not gonna sit here and name every freaking person in the world that I've listened to, because there are a lot of artists between then and now. But I get my sounds for a lot from the older cats, and like a lot of people call me an old man. A lot of people say my mannerisms are old. I just got an old soul, and that's where I think my sound is. It's in that old soul realm. Mind you, I can make trap beats, drill beats, but my feel is that smooth ride out type shit. Like you're riding in a car and you just cruising type shit. Like that cool I can't talk. Elevator music. That you just get groovy to. But right now I have a sample. Okay, it's from a sound pack that I picked up off of YouTube. Okay, and I'm going to play it first to go through the sample, and then after that, I am going to see what we can do with it.
Oh my god.
All right, give me a second to load this in. But in the meantime, I really miss college. I really do. I really miss waking up for the first time without an alarm, like my mom, or not having nobody around to do what I want to do, being free, having the freedom to, as long as I went to class. Now, mind you,
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. My views on schooling, I never liked school. I believe school is a bunch of bull crap. In some instances, like your basics for your basics, yeah. But when it get into all the complex and complicated stuff that you don't use, and the lies and all that stuff, when it gets into that, I honestly don't care for it. And I pray to God that my daughter gets the right teachings. And I know that I can teach her myself, but I don't want to confuse her. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to confuse her with what I know and what I've learned and my knowledge compared to what she's learning from others. It's a very make-believable world we live in, so gotta be careful, you know what I mean? But I'm having technical difficulties right now. I'm trying to get through to this loading part. I'm trying to load my sample into my machine, but right now it's going very slow and I think it froze. But in the meantime, between time, while it's doing that, I have a story to tell. Okay? I have a very short story to tell, and it has to do with music. It made me think about music today. While I was thinking about music today, I should say. It made me think about this particular incident I had working in the mental health field. Okay, I worked in this place. I'm not gonna name it, but I worked in this place Um, and I'm not even gonna say the state. I'm just gonna say down south. Worked in this place down south, right? And it's similar to what I do now. Very similar, but this was like the hood version because it was ran by pretty much all black people. Alright? It was ran by pretty much all black people. And it was pretty ghetto. Like, I'm not trying to down talk my black people. No, it's not what I'm doing, but that's about as best as I can describe this facility. And there was this guy. Okay, I'm not gonna say any names. We're gonna call him. Juggernaut. Okay, we're not gonna call him by his real name. We're gonna call him Juggernaut. So Juggernaut used to sing this song that I hate now by one of my favorite female artists, Rihanna. He used to sing this song, okay, and he is the reason I hate this song, because every time he would sing this song, he would go off and try to kick ass. So one day I'm coming into work, okay, and I'm talking, I'm bullshitting, I'm shooting shit. Next thing I know, I noticed that Juggernaut's staring at me. And he's rocking back and forth. As he's rocking back and forth, I noticed that he's singing. Work, 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 work. You know the Rihanna and Drake song? That song, okay? He's singing that. And I noticed that he's staring a hole in my soul, okay? As he's staring a hole in my soul, I'm staring back at him, but I'm also not paying attention to him kind of way, because I'm still like bullshitting with my coworkers and doing other paperwork and, you know, not focused in on him. Next thing I know, and I'm still having technical difficulties. That's why I haven't made a beat. That's why I'm telling a story. But the man gets up and he throws this big table-like chair. It's almost like a sofa without the back piece, or a chair without the headpiece. Like, I can't describe it, but it's just this big Ottoman looking chair sofa thing that I can't describe. And he picked it up over his head and he threw it at me right next to me at the wall. Boom! As that happened, I did not want to fight him after that. I did not want to run. Only thing I could do was take cover. Okay, I knew nothing about him. I didn't know how fast he was. I didn't know if he was a killer. I didn't know. Next thing I know, I'm in the office, closing the door. He goes in his room. I try to chase him so he's not hurting himself. At the same time, I'm kind of keeping my distance. I start noticing that he's biting himself now. As he's biting himself, he's also reaching down under his nutsack and grabbing shit and then continuing to bite himself. So he's reaching down, biting himself, reaching down, biting himself, reaching down, smearing, reaching down, biting himself, reaching down, repeat. Then I notice that he's trying to go outside. So he eventually gets outside. I do the protocol to whatever called people. I don't even remember what it's called, but I do it. And only two people showed up. Once these two people showed up, y'all know the park benches, not the wooden ones, the picnic tables that's metal and they're huge. It's like a picnic table, but it's the metal ones. And he picked that thing up like paper and threw it. One arm, one freaking arm, people. One freaking arm. And y'all think I wasn't scared? Yeah, I was petrified. And this was like my first time being in this field because all of these people they were mentally messed up, but they were like us, like pretty much normal. Yeah, never been in that situation before. I've been around a few of them, not all of them like that. And yeah, that was probably one of the most scariest moments of my life. The thing I regret about that, tying back to the topic, I didn't meet people like I wanted to. I didn't talk to people like I wanted to. Now, mind you, I don't really talk to anybody, but I was in a new environment and I didn't really have friends like that. So I should have made some friends while I worked there, or was in that period of time that I was down there. But I really didn't take the chance to do that. And I was in a relationship at the time, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh my.
And it don't look like I'm going to be making a beat today on the podcast. I was trying to do that. I was really trying to make a beat on the podcast just so y'all can see what I do, how I do, when I do, where I do, why I do. But it don't look like I'm gonna be doing that because my machine is frozen. So unfortunately, that is out of the question. And it looks like that is no more. So I'm not going to be able to make a beat for you guys. And I'm kind of bummed out because I was kind of excited to do that live here. Now that I can't do that, I just want to get one thing off of my chest. Okay, I want to get one huge thing clear. I want people to know that I don't give a damn what you gotta say about me. Why you said it. How you said it. When you said it. Where you said it. What you said. I don't care for rumors. And here's the reason why. Because I've noticed, and just this past week, I'm not even gonna get into details, but I've noticed that the ones that try me, or try you, as in the audience, are the same ones that either don't like you, hate on you, talk shit about you, jealous of you, envy you, all that jazz, but won't say nothing to your face, are the same ones that scared of you, are the same ones that will call the police on you. The same ones that will get you in trouble. The same ones that think they smarter than you. Well, I gotta tell you, we got to outsmart these snake ass fakes. I'm going to say that again. The real has to outsmart these snake ass fakes. Period.
My God.
Because the real has to come back. There's too many fakes out here. There's too many fake things out here. Everybody's loving the fake stuff. Everybody's enjoying the imaginative stuff. We living in an imaginary world. Y'all remember a term called the real world? We don't live in that no more. Reason why we don't live in that no more, this world is too sensitized. Where did we go to where we had to be so sensitive? I remember a time where nobody gave a fuck about nothing. We just lived our lives. Now, mind you, you had your crimes, you had your hate, you had your events, all the normal stuff. But I can guarantee you one thing. There was a point in time in this world, at least while I was living, and maybe before I was living, but I know it ain't right now. There was a point in time in this world where nobody gave a fuck about nothing. Where did that time go? Why? And I'm not blaming it on anybody to why we are sensitized as a unit in this world. But something gotta give. We need the real back. I'm not a person to sugarcoat anything, so I hate living in this sugar-coated world. And no, that's not saying that I don't like the secrets here or whatever, what jazz. No. This world is too sugar-coated anymore. There's nothing in as an open book as it used to be. The 90s was an open book. The 80s was an open book. The 70s was. Do you catch my drift here? Somebody help me understand why this world is so sensitized. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. We are all human beings. We all go through the same stuff. So why block things out? I don't understand. We all say the same things. We all cuss or swear, however you want to put it. We all do crime. We all have seen things. We all have heard things. Why sensitize the world to where we have to censor everything that we do? From everything that we say, but we have an amendment where there's freedom of speech. I have no idea why freedom of speech is regulated. Everything is regulated. Why? When we have freedom to speak. We have freedom to bear arms, but there's limits, restrictions, which I understand. Don't get me wrong here. But what I'm saying is, how do we have freedoms and everything comes with a limitation? That means nothing is free. Need I say more? We need to desensitize the world back. Point blank period. That's just it. That's just all. And that is my lasting message on this episode. desensitize the world. Let's start talking about the things that are more important, most important, not the things that we don't care about, that really nobody should care about. Nobody cares about political figures being on Twitter. At least I don't. We shouldn't. Nobody cares about reality TV stars. At least we shouldn't. And I can go on and on. But the point being, we just need to desensitize the world again. Decensor the world again. Why? I know we cater to certain groups and certain things, but we need to desensitize everything again. It just don't make sense to me. And that's just my opinion that I have a right to. But this is your boy, DKB. As I always say, and as you always should do, count your blessings and mind your business. Mind your business and count your blessings. This is your boy DKB with another episode of The Midnight Truth, where I speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. In which we all should speak the truth.